All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in back into another video, Costco shopping with your favorite doctor. I'm Dr. Hassan. I'm a board certified trauma anesthesiologist. I don't know if you saw my most recent video that I just posted. It's a funny edit on Gen Z. But anyways, I'm here to talk about today. Oh, wow, they got a whey Optimum Nutrition. Now, Optimum Nutrition I used to eat a lot of in the past, but I found out they have a bunch of seed oils. Let's see if they still do here. I see they have sunflower oil and maltodextrin, so I've actually changed the price. Even though this is on sale, it's a fantastic price, $50 for, how much is that, like 3 pounds of protein. But since they have seed oils and I've tried to do my best to cut seed oils out, I don't really get it anymore, but that's a great price. I mean, it's a very little amount of seed oil, so you could certainly drink it. I use a different one. It's linked on my Amazon store if you want to check it out. But anyways, thanks for tuning in to today's video. I'm going to talk to you about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. That's inflammation, arthritis, foods that can affect inflammation, arthritis. And we're going to get through the store and see what I get. I try to make these videos in my spare time, so if you guys can, please like and share. I'm a full-time physician, full-time father, full-time husband, so please like and share for me. So as I'm checking out the tech center at Costco, which I always do because I love tech, you know, I got the new Facebook glasses. I tried them on at the Ray-Ban store in Venice, and I actually liked them a lot. They look kind of cool, so you'll see them maybe in the next couple of videos. They're kind of like personality glasses for me because I don't really need contacts right now. Thank the Lord I have 20/20 vision. I will probably eventually need it. And look, they have the Halloween decorations out already. But yeah, let's talk about the foods that lead to inflammation. Now, a little backstory. I'm 36 years old. At about 31, 32, I'd put on a decent amount of weight and I started to have pain in not only my joints, but my lower back. And because of the weight that I put on, I needed to make a change. I decided to implement a diet that was very limiting of inflammatory foods, but I can tell you about 9 food groups that you probably should avoid if you have inflammatory markers, increased inflammation in your body, and or if you have arthritis. Now, the first food group you definitely should avoid is refined sugars. Now, I'm talking about refined as in white rice, white bread, fruit juices, sweet beverages like soda, and ice cream, candy, any sort of desserts. Now, the reason why I say you should avoid any refined sugars is because they go into your gut very quickly. They have a very high glycemic index, and they have been linked to increased inflammation throughout the body. Not only that, but if you know anybody with diabetes, you know that they have all sorts of inflammation everywhere in their body that affects every single organ, not only your heart and kidneys, but your gut, lungs, stomach, brain, everywhere. So simplified sugars, refined sugars, absolutely a no-no. Number 2, you really want to avoid anything with high salt levels. I'm talking about refined foods that have high salt in them. This includes deli meats, frozen entrees, packaged foods, prefabricated foods, ketchup, mustard, and some food from restaurants. Now, the reason why you want to avoid salty foods in general is that the recommendation is about 1,500 milligrams throughout the entirety of the day. If you have more than that, you end up retaining water, which leads to inflammation, which can worsen inflammation throughout your body. Salt has been linked to inflammation. Limiting it may actually help your body in the long run. Not only that, but if you have high blood pressure, you want to limit your salt intake anyways. I'm not big on watermelons, but the size of these watermelons are absolutely monstrous. Look at my hand compared to this thing. It's like 8 times the size of my hand, and I just got watermelon juice on me from this watermelon, so that's great. I'm gonna skip bananas this time. I usually don't, but I'm gonna try something different. It might be because of a new supplement that I'm taking. You'll find out more about that later. Pre-cut pineapple is always a favorite. Let's see if we can get one that's a little bit yellow. This is way too light yellow, so I'm gonna skip that one. I'm not even sure if it's pineapple season because the pineapples don't really look that yellow, so I'm gonna skip it. You know what I say about blueberries, pound for pound, the best antioxidants you can get out there. This damn fridge is so cold every single time. Let me get a strawberry here. Let's go with this one. Looks like a lot of dark red in here, no fungus. Strawberries, pound for pound, the second best you can get. What is this? Looks like some exotic fruit from Game of Thrones. Number 3 on the list might get you guys a little bit confused. Foods that contain a lot of high purine levels. This includes red meat and fish, 2 staples of my diet. The reason being, you don't want to have foods that have high levels of purine because they can lead to increased chances of gout, which is a little bit different in my book. If you do have gout, you probably do want to avoid any high purine level foods. I do think that red meat is not that bad as long as you have a game plan for it. I do eat a lot of red meat myself. It is a little bit against the standard recommendation, so I'm not going to recommend it, but it is absolutely correct. If you eat foods at high levels of purine and you have gout, you can lead to a flare-up and you should avoid it. As I say that, I just picked up 3 packs of ground beef. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't avoid all these foods. I try to avoid a lot of them. The theme of this story is that you want to try to decrease the total amount of inflammatory foods that you eat. Not all of them, because it's impossible. You'd be just eating, like, you know, water and lettuce. I have been eating terribly for the past, month and a half since we got back from Tokyo, so I do need to change my diet up. This week's shopping trip is gonna have a lot less goodies as you're used to seeing. I'm gonna try to stick strictly to healthy food. Number 4 on the list, foods that are high in saturated fats. This includes processed foods, pizzas, coconut oil, butter, fast food, and high-fat dairy products like ice cream and cheese. The reason being, you can kind of deduce it yourself, but if you have saturated fats, that means they're saturated, means all the molecules have been occupied, and because of that, it takes a lot more to break it down inside your body, which does lead to inflammation. There are studies out there, so decreasing saturated fats probably will help your inflammation long term. These fully cooked chicken breasts are fantastic for anybody who's younger that's watching my videos that want to get protein for a good price. You got $15.99, and you got 2 pounds of already cooked chicken breast. Throw it in the microwave, throw it in the air fryer. It's easy protein. You guys know I'm not a big fan of milk, but my kid loves milk and we always go with organic. I wish they had something better than organic here, but they don't, so I'm gonna go with the regular organic Kirkland brand because Kirkland brand never fails me. Brown eggs versus white eggs. Always go with the brown eggs because they sound healthier. I'm not really sure if they are actually healthier, but they seem like they're healthier, which is why I always get myself some brown eggs. Could just be marketing. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably some sort of less cholesterol in them. This is actually kind of cool. It's from Suja. It's cold pressed ginger lemonade, just purified water, lemon, ginger, and pineapple. Sounds like an awesome group of ingredients. I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Number 5 on the list, any foods that have increased sugars added to them. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your favorite desserts like ice cream and candy. I'm talking about sodas with full sugar in them. Also your breakfast foods like granola. If it has added sugars, you need to be wary. I myself have actually increased IBS symptoms whenever I have granola. I never really figured it out until I realized that they are actually pro-inflammatory, which is kind of sad because I love granola. Also, as a side note, what is Celsius doing to their brand? Astro Vibe, Cosmic Vibe, and Galaxy Vibe? I have a different preferred energy drink that I drink all the time, which I shouldn't, but I still do, but you guys know, some habits are hard to kick. Number 6 on the list, any food that is fried that has high levels of omega-6s. Yes, omega-6s. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for you. Omega-6s are actually pro-inflammatory if the ratio is out of whack. What foods am I talking about? I'm talking about French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, and egg rolls. Anything that's deep fried is probably not good for you. It's probably pro-inflammatory. You've probably heard that before. Looks like the Costco water is out of stock. Here's some of the options that are left over. We got Fiji, we got the Kirkland pH alkaline water. Gatorade has water now apparently, and so does Galvinia. After watching that Zac Efron documentary and understanding there's different pros and cons to the water you drink, in reality I'm too lazy to kind of pick my own water every single day, but if I can, I try to choose one that has natural minerals in it. Hey, how are you? Yeah, why not?
Yep, Kirkland signature, alkaline water. Hello.
All right, let's try an alkaline water.
I'll be right at the front, just trying to switch up the trays. All right, and enjoy.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Alkaline water. Costco still needs to up its game for cat treats. All right, I think I'm in luck. I see the ice cream pops, my favorite pops. 25 calories a pop. You know, I buy like 3 of these every time I come here. I go through them in like 2 weeks. They're 25 calories. They're definitely, well, look at that. It says no added sugar, so that's less inflammatory. I can't even get this out. We're gonna get 3 of them because I have a sweet tooth at the end of the night. And these are my favorite pops in the whole world. Orange juice right here. I just said not to get this. It's not for me, it's for my son. We definitely dilute it, but he loves orange juice. It has helped significantly with his ear infection, so can't really turn it down. I don't really drink orange juice because it's refined sugar. There's none of the benefits of actually eating oranges. And it's pro-inflammatory like we're talking about. Only 2 more left. Number 7 on that list, anything that has gluten in it. At this point, you probably already know what foods have gluten in it, but it's usually like pastas, breads, anything with traditional doughs, tortillas. The reason being that even if you don't have a diagnosis of gluten insensitivity, most people cannot process gluten, and it does cause inflammation in your bowels, which then kind of go through your whole body. Anything with gluten in it, and if you have inflammation or arthritis, you probably want to avoid gluten, even though there's not really a direct linkage, but in your brain, it should make sense. If something increases inflammation in your bowels, it's going to increase inflammation throughout the rest of your body. Number 8, anything that has processed meat and red meat in it. I'm talking about deli meats, sausages, bacon, and lamb. If it's been processed and it's red meat, it's pro-inflammatory. Remember that. I eat ground beef. I don't eat the processed versions, but if it is like deli meat, like your ham slices and your turkey slices, they are pro-inflammatory. You should know that by now if you follow my channel. In the pursuit of being healthy, I'm going to try this right here, Maven's avocado ice cream. It says it's made with real avocados. Let's look at the back here. 630 calories. Ingredients wise, we got pasteurized milk, avocado, cane sugar, which I just said you shouldn't have, sea salt, some enzymes, ascorbic acid. So nothing terrible in here. Nothing terrible in here except for the calories. You got 210 calories per serving, 630 per container. You really can just only have 1 or 2 bites, but you know, sounds like it's healthier. I'll report back. I'll let you know if it's actually healthier. I'm gonna go with no, but you know, you gotta live a little. So I'm gonna try, I'm gonna try it. Number 9 on the list, alcohol. Yes, alcohol is pro-inflammatory, not only because of the purine levels that we talked about earlier, because it does cause you to urinate more often, which then can leave you dehydrated, which then can affect your joints, which then can lead to arthritis, which then can lead to increased inflammation. So drinking alcohol once in a while is probably okay, even though studies say you shouldn't even do that, but drinking it all the time is pro-inflammatory. And number 10 on the list, we have one that's a little bit controversial, high-fat dairy content. Now, the studies have shown that high-fat dairy content can be pro-inflammatory. Some studies just came out saying that it's not really pro-inflammatory. Therefore, individuals who have inflammatory conditions, arthritis, tend to avoid high-fat milk products. I'm talking about whole milk in general, whole milk ice cream, anything that's high-fat dairy like whole milk cheese. So I wouldn't blame you if you like whole milk, but if you want to avoid inflammatory foods, it's probably a good one to kind of cut out if you can. All right, I gotta run home and get these pots back into the freezer. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys can, please like and share. I'll see you guys in the next one.